guys are at a critical spot in the season. So without Zed, how are you kind of balancing now this new role that you have?
Obviously it's a big shoe to fill in, without Zed. But coming in, usually playing hard, doing the things I need to do. My team can win.
How does it change your mindset going into games, or does it at all?
Obviously I gotta come in there. Usually when I come in for Zed, I come in play hard, for like 2-3 minutes, But now I feel like I gotta, be more intensity, defense and offense.
And how do you make sure that you stay out of foul trouble? Because that's going to be so critical now moving forward.
Just playing smarter, and trying not to get 2 fouls.
Felix, are they asking you to score a little more, or I thought you had a good presence, in the game here that had him on the ropes. I thought you had a good defensive presence. Can you, is Holt asking you to score more points?
Not really. He knows my role. I know my role on the team,
Okay.
Play defense, but offense is like a bonus, I for sure score the ball.
So what was it like when you, in that Purdue game, a couple minutes in, you look and you see Zed hold his arm the way that he was? What goes through your mind in that one?
Man, it was tragic. And, it was a big game, playing number 1 team in the country. But I also knew I had to step up, Zed out, I had to fill up the shoes.
How did the preparation for that game then have to change when suddenly you go from, I'm sure, preparing for a certain kind of role to now you're going to play 30 minutes against Zed Key?
It was a little tough, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like the coaches prepared us really good for the game in Haiti.
This is an opportunity you look forward to, though, right? Obviously you don't want somebody to get hurt, but a chance to take on a bigger role maybe earlier than you anticipated in your career?
Oh yeah, I feel like it really helped me grow as a player, and also I feel like playing a really good player also can improve. It can help your confidence and help you play good too.
And how different was that than you go against Maryland, who doesn't have your stereotypical big man, but still has guys that obviously were able to cause some damage? How different were those 2 challenges?
It was way less banging on the post, but I feel like I should stay out of foul trouble, and the game would have been we would have won the game. But it is what it is. But that was a good game too.
When you talk about your defense and your rebounding being strengths of your game, who have you looked at, like whether it was growing up or recently here, that maybe you take notes on, or that you look as a rebounder and say, I want to attack the glass like that guy?
I've looked at Giannis growing up. When I started playing basketball, I looked at Miles Turner, looked at Rudy Gobert. I feel like right now I'm looking at more of Miles Turner, kind of a stretch 5, can rebound, can also shoot and block shots.
At this level, playing against this type of competition, what's the challenge of going out of your area and getting rebounds, as opposed to, I'm sure, at different points in your development, you've been the tallest guy and you can get rebounds, but here you probably got to go after them more. What's the challenge of doing that?
I would say fouling. I need to try to get over and chase the rebound more. And I feel like when you got buddies in you, you gotta try to push them away or try to invade, get the rebound. So I feel like back in high school, I was the tallest guy, so it was like I just gotta jump and reach for the ball. But now I gotta do more work, chase the ball and figure out where the ball is going after the shot is.
Has Zed given you any advice or talked to you through these practices or the last game, with him obviously not playing?
Yeah, he just told me to play smart. He told me that in the Maryland game, but it's a little too late. I have 3 fouls, but but he told me be calm, and just let the ball come, slow with it.
Coach has said Zed's kind of day to day. Are you seeing him get back in the mix? Have any idea when he might return?
Oh yeah, Zed is getting better. Hopefully he's gonna be on the court sometime soon. But yeah, he's really getting better.
Roddy talked about guards. Obviously if they let their man through, you're the next line of defense. Sometimes that can lead to fouls because you're trying to help. Do you have to be smarter when those do happen to, okay, maybe sometimes you just don't go as hard, or what's kind of your approach there to avoid those fouls in those situations?
I gotta go every time.
Okay.
I'm sure, because I'm the last anchor of defense. But I just gotta play smarter, try to go up with 2 hands, straight up, straight down, less fouling. feel like if the refs see I'm going up with 2 hands, I don't think they're gonna call the foul on me.
Felix, Roddy talked about how losing back-to-back games. There's a lot of stuff on social media. Trying to stay focused, not look at that stuff too much. But you're human. It's natural. You hear it. How do you handle that? And what have you guys done to come together during this time?
For me, I really don't look at that stuff. After we lose a game or whatever, I go back and watch film. Talk with the coaches. I really try to block out the social media stuff. I feel like that can play a big impact on players, development and how to approach the game. So I try to stay away from that. I just watch film and the coaches tell us what we do wrong and we get better at it.
Have you had back-to-back losses in your career before?
Yeah, I missed high school. That was my junior year, but I don't think I've had that ever since.
What do you learn from that adversity then?
It's just, we gotta, next game we gotta come out with more, more juice, and play harder. And, we also watch film and fix our mistakes. And so, we saw what we got wrong and what we did wrong in the games and, clean it up.
What is it like learning lessons through games as opposed to learning lessons through practice?
I feel like games, you playing against you playing against an opponent. And practice is like, you're going against your teammates, and I feel like games are way more intense, and it's way more competition than that.
Because one of the things that Coach Holman said in the preseason was that this team had to do a good job of normalizing struggle and recognizing that, especially the freshmen, you guys are going to have ups, you're going to have downs. And that's probably one thing when you're going through that on the practice court and nobody sees it. It's probably different than when you're doing that in front of 20,000 people. What is that process like of understanding it's not all going to be perfect and it's all about trying to be better the next day?
Like Coach Holman always say, you gotta get better every day. And I feel like, I know like you said, we humans, we make mistakes. And I feel like if we can clean up our mistakes, practice, and get it good before games, I feel like we're gonna be good.
Going back to the Purdue game, how much were you thinking you would play in that game? I'm sure you probably weren't expecting 30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
But what were your expectations going to that game?
Just playing tougher, going with Zed, and when Zed need a break, trying to, tame Edie, trying to keep on from the basket,
What was it like matching up with him?
He's a really good player, really strong, plays aggressively. I was a really good, it's a really good matchup. To be honest, well, I felt like I went there with more intensity. I was like, I was gonna let him score on me, but the game was a close one. Yeah.
And what are you guys still learning about yourselves in some of those last minute type of situations where the game's coming down to a final shot, final couple of possessions? You've won some of those, you've lost some of those. What are you guys still learning in those moments about yourselves?
We just gotta play more, be more in control, and don't let the game speed us up. I feel like we spent on the last minute of the game, caused the turnover. I feel like if we were to stay more in control, we also had a timeout then, so I feel like we had the opportunity to win that game. Just be more in control.
What have you made of the guys that are now backing you up? I know Eugene's played kind of some small ball center. Ice has been in the post at times. How do you feel like they've done, especially on the defensive side when you're on the bench?
Oh yeah, those are big guards. They're doing good. Matching up against Eugene was matched up against Edie. I feel like he did good, and also the Maryland game. I mean, it's kind of a change of position for them. I feel like they can handle it.
That last Purdue possession when they got the ball down low to Edie and your matchup one-on-one with him, he kicks it out to Lawyer for the 3. When the ball goes to Zach and that's in that moment, you're the last guy between him and the bucket. What are your keys? What are you looking for there? What goes through your head? I know it's kind of a split second, but can you take us through that moment?
Oh yeah, guarding Edie, I was just trying to make sure the game, give him a 3 points possession, no fouls, and try to stay up and try to make him miss. So we had a defensive plan. When he catches the ball, we got to double team him. We knew he was going to kick it out, and we were meant to close out the shooter, but the shooter made the shot. So that's basketball for me.
Was there anything differently you do against Edie if you match up with him again?
I feel like kind of did everything. You know, we cut him down in points. You know, we held him down a little bit, but you just gotta make him miss more. You know, I feel like we do that, we gonna definitely win.
Felix, playing that many minutes against such a physical player like Zed Key, did you have your legs completely under you against Mero?
Oh no, I actually felt good. You know, it's a little ice back in Felix, so I feel like we prepared right. You know, I saw the trainer. You know, got me good. I feel like I was good for the game.
Right, and just ice likely, what sort of leadership does he bring, and what kind of juice does he bring to a locker room?
Man, intensity. You know, he loves this game. You know, I feel like he's the one who get us all pumped for every game. You know, it's kind of he's the #1 leader of our team right now. You know, winning the games. Him, Justice Soy, Zed Key. These guys are really called guys. They're pulling guys on our team right now.
Coach Holtman said yesterday that he said that Ice wants to be a college coach. Do you kind of see those qualities in him playing with him?
Oh yeah, he plays with, like I say, plays with so much passion. And I feel like, he has a lot to learn though. You know, going to the job. You know, but I feel like he can do it. You know.
Thanks, Felix.